Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Sam and in today's video I will be talking about all my favorites from the year 2022. I originally decided to do two separate videos. I was going to do a nail polish one and then the rest of my favorites on a separate one. But then I just didn't have enough time to be doing two separate videos, so I decided to just combine everything into one. And hopefully, if everything works out, I will have timestamps marked so you can just skip to the section that you would like to listen to, but I'm hoping that you stick through the entire video. I have a lot of favorites for this year, so let's just get started. So I actually wrote everything down in my bullet journal because I feel like every time I do a favorites video, I just blank out and I never know what I even like that month. So I thought I wanted it to be more productive and a little more organized in general for this video since there were so many categories. So I wrote everything down. So if you see me looking down in any moment, it's because I'm reading my list. But just so you know, these are going to be the categories for this video. Now, I've been talking a lot about books in my favorites video, so that is definitely the first category that we'll be talking about. I would also have TV shows / movies. I will also have a little bit of music, nail polish, of course, and lastly, I will have podcasts and just YouTubers in general. And then I do have a couple honorable mentions at the end. So yeah, let's just get started now for real. So one of my top favorites for this year was my Kindle. I got that gifted, I believe, in July or maybe June. No, it was definitely in July. And ever since, I started reading so much. I had already put a goal for myself to read more this year because I wanted to be away from my phone. So I was already reading a lot of physical books, but once I got the Kindle, it just opened a whole new world for me because I was able to get them through the library, meaning that I was able to check out so many more books at the time, and I just went overboard. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that every month, basically at the end of the month, I post a little overview of all the books that I read. So I'm going to be putting them over here just so you can kind of glance at all of them. But I decided to challenge myself and only pick 5 books as my top favorites out of all the books that I read. I actually don't even know how many I read in total because I'm not done reading. The year's not over yet, so I am still working through some books and I definitely want to do at least 4 for this month and I'm currently at 3. So I don't know. I guess I'll update you on Instagram if you follow me there about my progress, but I am currently reading the second part of To All the Boys I've Loved Before. Is that what it's called? I think so. I don't know. It is the Netflix show / movie. I don't even know. I decided to just try something lighthearted for the end of the year. So I read the first one and I really enjoyed it. Now I'm working my way through the second one. I should be finishing it today, which is funny because I literally started it today. And then I'm just waiting on the third one, but it is not available on the library just yet. So I'm still waiting on that. So anyways, out of all the books that I've read this year, I don't want to do rankings. I feel like I love all 5 of them equally. So this is just a random order that I'm going in. My first one is Beach Read by Emily Henry. I discovered her through TikTok because there is an account that I follow that I love so much, which I forgot to even mention her. I'm going to be putting it here. She has definitely been on one of my favorites video before. I love her content so much. It's all about books and she's just the best. I love her. Very entertaining. I love all her recommendations. I don't know what else to say. You should just check her out. But Beach Read is one of my top 5. I love the book so much. It just got me so inspired to keep reading. So after I read that one, it literally just went out of control. I started reading so much more after. My book number 2 is Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. This is such a comfort book, I feel. As soon as I finished it, I wanted to read it all over again. I really enjoyed it. I love the storyline. There were so many cute parts. It's definitely a feel-good book. That was kind of my theme for this entire year. I wanted to read books that was going to make me feel better. Either that or self-help or autobiographies, because I just didn't want to just cry or be miserable or have some sort of anxiety. I just wanted to have something that made me feel very calm, relaxed. And although that was my theme, I ended up crying with I'm pretty sure every book from my top 5 because I just cry for everything. I am very sensitive and yeah, I don't know why I went on this tangent. The third book that I have to mention is Starfish. It is such a beautiful book. I loved it so much. I cried basically the entire time. This was also a recommendation by another of my best friends and I loved it. I feel like it changed my life, but also I feel like it was written about my life. It was crazy. It's such a good book. I feel like everybody should read this one. Out of all of the ones that I'm mentioning it like right now, this one is a must read. The fourth book that I have to mention is Mika in Real Life. Now, I don't know what happened, but after I finished reading this book, I saw the name Mika literally everywhere. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but I definitely did not say it correctly on my favorites video. I call her Mika. I feel so ashamed of myself. But I have seen the name everywhere, and my best friend and I joke around because I told her to read the book. As soon as I finished it, I was like, you need to read this book. It's so amazing. She's the one that recommended Starfish to me, and she loved it as well. And I told, every time I see Mika, I literally tell her what's happening. Like, I never saw this name before, and now I see it everywhere. It's definitely a sign. If I have another pet in the future, I will definitely name her Mika. So you heard it here first. I wanted to go a little more into detail with this book because I feel like it had so much content. I don't know if I mentioned this on the favorite video where I read this book, but this book needs to be made into a movie. I feel like it would be so amazing, so entertaining. It has so much going on. Like, when you think that the storyline it's gonna turn out a certain way, a new conflict shows up and then there's another thing that has to be solved. It's just an amazing book. I don't have enough words to describe how much I love this book. I literally want to read it already. So if you see it somewhere, or if you have Libby and you get books from the library, you should definitely check that one out because I really loved it. Now, the last book also has the name Mika in it, and it's also the main character, which I think is so crazy, and it's called The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. My brain just kind of didn't process there. I love this book so much. It was so good. It took me forever to get it. I was on the wait list for like, I don't know, I was on number like 400 and something at the beginning, and I wanted to read it in October for like Halloween vibes since it was witches, but I ended up reading it, I believe, on November 1st, and I literally said, Halloween, it's not over until I finish this book, because I've been dying to have this book, and I could have just bought it, honestly, with how badly I wanted to read it, but I wasn't sure if it was one to keep, and now I definitely know that it's one to keep. Like, I definitely want to have all 5 of these books in my collection. I already have 2 of them, so I'm working my way through, but I love this book so much. It was so cute, and it was kind of like a different story, and I just loved it. I don't even know how to tell you. Like, I love that one so much. That one literally makes me smile. There's a lot of kids in this storyline, and I love kids, so it just made the story even more adorable. And it has witches. Like, who doesn't like witches? Now, moving on to the TV show / movie category, I do not have so many, definitely not as much as the books, but I wanted to mention that I did watch King Richard this year, and I liked it a lot. It was a very interesting movie. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. It came out a while ago, I think like last year already, so I'm sure everybody has already seen it, but I'm not a huge fan of watching movies, especially when they first come out, because I don't like going to the movie theater. But I watched this one at home and I really loved it, and after we finished it, my boyfriend and I, he literally turned around, he was like, that was such a great movie. And I don't know, it just left us like thinking a lot, and I love a movie that makes me think. Now, moving on to TV shows, I did watch The Summer I Turned Pretty, and I already read the books, and I love the show so much more than the books. I didn't hate the books, I really enjoyed them, but the show was so good, and I never say that about like something that has a book and a movie or a series, but this one was amazing. I cannot wait for them to come back. They keep teasing content on TikTok and like all other socials, and I am hyped. I'm hyped. I want to see what happens next. I was definitely Team Jeremiah on the book, but the show shows like a lot more, so I don't know which team I'm on. Now, I don't know if I started watching One Tree Hill this year, because I feel like it's been 500 years since I stopped watching, but I reached season 5, and season 5 just wasn't giving what the other seasons were giving. But when I started this show, I was so hooked. My boyfriend and I literally sit up until like 1 in the morning every single night just watching episodes because it was just so good. I am obviously Team Brooke all the way, and also Nathan. I love him, and I hope to marry him in my next life. Now, in the reality TV show aspect of it, I really love Dancing with the Stars. I love it every single year, so that's a given. But this season was really nice. I enjoyed it more than usual. I feel like I don't know if it was like the contestants being like better than previous years, because I've definitely had other like stars that I've liked more than the ones this year, but for some reason I just really enjoyed it. Maybe it's because it was on Disney Plus and it was longer, although there were times when I really wanted a break because I was just too tired. By the way, if you hear like little sniffles, it's my dog. She's just like sniffing away. I don't know what to tell you. But yes, I really enjoyed Dancing with the Stars. Another show that it's a Disney Plus show was the Montaners. It's kind of weird saying it like in English, but I really love that. It's kind of like the Kardashians type of vibe with no drama and super, super cute. I really, really enjoyed it. I think there are new episodes that just came out today, so I definitely want to watch those as a reward after I finish editing this video. But I love them. It's definitely like a feel-good type of reality TV, so if you're into that, you should definitely check it out. And I kind of lost count. I was trying to keep a 5, but I haven't even counted anything that I've talked about. But this is the last one, and this is the best one, Wednesday. Oh my god, I've been a Addams Family fan my entire life. I used to be called Wednesday growing up because just of how I am, but I didn't think the show was going to be good. I was very skeptical because every time there's a little hype and everybody like is obsessed over something, it just turns out to be not as good, or it just doesn't live up to the hype. But this show was so good. I literally finished it and I told my boyfriend, I kind of wish we could watch it for the first time again because it was just so good. I wanted to watch so much more. I want new episodes. I don't even know if they're going to continue or if this is the end. I have no idea what they're going to do with it. But the ending, they left it like very open for it to like get picked up again. And I feel like with the amount of hype that it has, they are probably going to continue it. I don't know. But it is a masterpiece. Now moving on to the nail polish category. It was so hard to narrow this down to 5 each. And I gave myself a bonus one. So now I'm gonna give 6 per brand. And I only have 2 brands, so don't you worry. I'm going to get started with Lacquer. You already know I do a lot of Lacquer videos here, and I am super, super grateful that I was able to join the brand ambassadors this year. It was literally so real, and all the support that everybody has given me, it is super nice. And I don't know, it's definitely one of the highlights of the year. The year didn't start so good. I lost a family member very early in the year, and that kind of just, it felt like that's kind of what like set up my year to be like, just kind of like crappy, but a lot of good things happened. I am very grateful for that. And one of the things is becoming part of the brand ambassador team for Lacquer. Now, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be there for because, you know, it all depends on how everything works out and stuff like that. But for the time being, I am super happy to be part in it, and I do have my top 6. I am starting with kind of like a more recent release, and that is All Money. I have recommended this one to like everybody and their mama. Before I had Red Nails, which is for a specific video, I had this one on, and this was the 3rd time that I had already worn it. And that's like unheard of for me. I literally do not repeat nail polish because I have so many. I'm trying to get through them and I try not to repeat them. But this one is such a like go-to color. It is perfect for every occasion, and like who doesn't like green? I mean, besides me, literally before this year, and now I have like 500 greens. I don't even know. Another one that I have recommended to literally everybody is Diamonds Are Forever. This is just such a beautiful color. I don't know how to explain to you that this is the perfect like elegant shade. I don't know. I saw somebody on the Facebook group wear this, and she ended up getting proposed to on that same day. So I thought it was super cute, and it looks so pretty as like a little, you know, like, you know how they do like those pictures to reveal their ring and like post that they got engaged? Looks stunning. I loved it. My favorite collection from Lacquer this year was definitely the Zodiac one. I just feel like there was so much hype for this one, and they have built it up for so long. And when it got released, I know there was a lot of like controversy whether like you like your own sign or not, but I feel like if you don't really think about like your own sign, the collection overall was so beautiful. I have 3 that I picked from there because I just couldn't help myself. I really love them. And the first one, it's kind of the same vibe as All Money, not the color at all, but like it's one of those shades that you can wear every day and it just looks perfect on you. I really, really love it. It is Taurus. I have gifted this to like so many people. I just think it's so pretty. I love it. The next one is Cancer. I just think that this little like shimmer or like pearl looking finish, it's so beautiful, especially on a color like this. It's very like lilac-ish, but like more of a blue tone. I don't even know, but it's a beautiful color. I really recommend it. I feel like I'm usually the type of person who goes for like vibrant colors or like holographic or like cool effects like that, but every polish that I just show you is a cream. I mean, diamond has like a little finish, but it's definitely not what I was expecting to like the most. And Light Lacquer definitely had some that were like more out there, and for some reason I gravitated towards this. And when I was looking at like all the polishes in general, it just looked like a different kind of color palette for me. So I'm very impressed with myself for stepping out of my, you know, not comfort zone because it's literally just nail polish, but just moving on from just being a purple lover and wearing purple all the time. I mean, I'm literally wearing a purple shirt right now, but I am very proud of myself for trying out more colors. And the last one, it's more in the like wow factor. It is Virgo from the Zodiac. It is just so stunning. By the way, if you're wondering what I have on my nails right now, I'm wearing Lady in Red. It is so easy to apply because it has like the little jelly finish, and I really like it. I like how my nails look. Even though you can see like my nail line, I feel like it looks kind of cute. I don't know. I'm moving on from Light Lacquer. I have my top 6 Wildflower Lacquer polishes. I post a lot of Wildflower Lacquer content as well in here, so I thought I would do like their own separate category instead of mixing between those two, because then that would be like really pushing it in like my favorites. The first polish that I have is called Jade. It is a sibling polish from the Rainbow Fish, which she released, I don't know how long ago, but maybe like 2 years ago. Now I still haven't been able to find that one, and I really wanted my collection, but when she released the siblings one, she was hoping to do also like a remake of the Rainbow Fish, but she ended up not being able to do one that looked exactly the same. So she didn't do it, which really broke my heart, but maybe next year I'll be able to find it. Anyways, Jade is such a pretty color. I love the finish. Wildflower Lacquer has like the coolest like finishes, so I definitely gravitate towards that. And that's, I think, why for Light Lacquer have more of the creams. It's kind of like I kind of separate them too. I don't know if you catch what I'm trying to say. Polish on my list is Serein 2.0. I wanted this polish for so long that when she announced that she was gonna do a 2.0 version, I was over the moon excited. I really like it. I feel like it's perfect for like Halloween vibes. It is a beautiful combination of like green and bluish, and like it's so shifty, like beyond shifty. I ended up doing, I think, a video outdoors, and I posted it on my TikTok and Reels. And it's crazy how when I move my hand and the way the sun kind of catches the light and everything just looks different. I promise you, we're almost there. But the next one, it's Lick Rust from the Upper Creek Volume 6 collection. I started this whole like Wildflower Lacquer journey with the Upper Creek series because I am a huge Schitt's Creek fan, and she like finally finished the collection, and it's so bittersweet. Lick Rust is definitely a polish that I was not expecting to love as much as I do. It's definitely like a surprise polish. I don't even know what the term would be, or like what category or what award I can give to this polish, but I just was not expecting to like it as much as I do. It looks so good on my nails. I love it. For the last 3, I just realized that I had 3 greens kind of, and then 3 blues. That's definitely what I have been in the mood for this year. This one is called Stolen Flame. It is such a beautiful polish. I wish she would do like every color with this finish because it's just so pretty. I love how glowy it is as well. And that's it. I'm not going to talk more about this because you already know that I love every polish. Next one, it's called Rosette Nebula. Maybe, perhaps, I don't know. It is just beautiful. One of the best polishes that Taylor has done. And then for the last one, I of course had to include Your Perfect Snowboy is here. If you saw my latest Wildflower Lacquer haul, you saw my reaction to finding this out on like a little mystery bag. I was so excited because it is a beautiful color, and I just didn't think I was ever going to own it. Okay, there you have it. Those were the nail polishes. Now let's just move on to the YouTubers / podcast category. For podcasts, my favorite podcast this year was the Do We Know Them by Jessie Smiles and Lily. I love Jessie Smiles. I've known her for like literally years, before she had children, before she was married. I've been watching her since like a million years ago, and I absolutely love her. I didn't know who Lily was at the time, but I ended up loving them just so much, especially together, because they are just hilarious. You should definitely check them out if you haven't. I'm going to have the links for the podcast that I've mentioned before on my description box. Actually, I should probably put everything that I've mentioned just in case you kind of forget by the time we finish this video. So if you made it this far, just know that you can go to the description box and you can check out every favorite that I have. And moving on to the next podcast, I've really loved the Pretty Basic podcast. I knew about Remy and Alicia for like years because obviously they're like OG YouTube, but I had never watched them before. I have no idea why, but I love them so much. They're definitely on my favorite YouTubers category because I've just been enjoying their content so much, especially Vlogmas, because they've been popping the content left and right. Another podcast that I was not expecting to like as much as I actually do is Working on It, which is Megan Trainor's podcast with her brother. Now, they haven't posted an episode in like a couple months now, but since I hadn't watched them at all, I went from the beginning and I've been like working my way through all of them. I still have a few to catch up on, but I kind of use that when I go to the gym. I kind of just put one on and I don't even realize time is passing by because they're so entertaining. She's hilarious. I love her relationship with her brother. I have a brother as well and I love him, so I already relate to how she feels about her brother. And now for YouTubers, I thought it was kind of funny when I was writing down the list because I ended up figuring this out. These are my favorite YouTubers. Let's start with JC Marie. Let's move on to Alicia Marie. And then let's move on to McKenna Marie. That was not planned. Like, what? Also Remy. Like, Remy Ashton, but I didn't want to say it because I thought it was kind of funny, the whole Marie situation. They have been my comfort YouTubers. I love them so much. I've been enjoying their content so much. I mean, I've been watching JC for like a million years and I've always loved her content. But I have specifically liked this new format that she's done her vlogs in. And also I feel like she's been popping on TikTok and I love seeing her thrive because I just love her so much. She's my queen. And then this is the last category. It's literally just in like an others because I didn't know where to place it. But I have really loved being part of the Danny Brito Patreon. He has different rewards. I am in the tier that has the postcard and also a sticker. I've been posting them over on Reels and TikTok. I think TikTok is the one that has all of them. But I love getting that in the mail every single month. He also has like the best content there. He has a podcast episode every month. He gives digital freebies. He also does, what else does he do? I think he does like a video, kind of like a video vlog of him creating the art for the month. He also has done, what hasn't he done? He's done so much on that Patreon. It literally makes me so happy every time he posts something. He recently did a blog post and I really love that too. So anyways, you should definitely check his out. I really loved everything and I'm actually going to show you really quick like a couple previews. I feel like I had more postcards than that because I have 4 stickers and I only have 2 postcards. So I don't know what happened with the other ones. I'm confused now. But anyways, you see how cute that stuff is and I get one every month. That literally has me hyped. And this year I also was part of the subscription, kind of like the Patreon thing for Adam Jade, but he's ended already. I got the cutest stuff from there, but I already have everything like kind of like sorted out in different spots and I just cannot show you right now. But I really loved everything. It was so cute. And he's actually not going to have his shop open anymore for a little bit. I think he's doing kind of like a refresh situation. So he's closing his shop on February something. So if there's something you like from his shop, I put a haul up like not that long ago and I show some items there. So you can go hop on that one after this video is done and check out the stuff. I would definitely encourage you to check him out because I've been a fan for years and I've really loved everything that he makes. He's a super nice person to begin with and I love supporting nice people. So yeah, that's it. I think this was it. I literally feel like we just finished the video and I also feel like I've been sitting here for over an hour and that's just way too much. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you didn't make it this far, thank you for watching anyways. I really enjoyed everything that I posted this year. I feel like I had so much content more than years before, but I don't know. It just felt very different this year. I put myself out there way more on Instagram, which before I just wasn't a fan of posting. I still feel like I'm annoying every time I post, but I just do it anyways. I've also been posting a lot of Reels and TikToks, so I'm very proud of myself for doing that. And I just wanted to give a huge thank you to anybody who watches, likes, shares my content to a friend because it literally gives me so much support. I every time I see views, every time I see likes, it just encourages me to keep going. So next year I want to come back like even better. So leave me a recommendation, or no recommendation, I guess just kind of like a suggestion on what kind of stuff you would like to watch next year in the comments, and I'll make sure to put that in my journal to work on it for the following year. And let's just cut this video already because I've been sitting here for way too long and I'm sure you're tired of listening to me. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all the things, and I'll see you in the next year. Bye.